quick movie review for Tenet with white noise in the background because it's kind of hot. Though actually, it's nice that it's hot too. It's 92 degrees outside. Nice. Although it gets cold in the morning, so it's a little conundrum there. But what is there to say about this film? I liked it. I like this film. It's definitely, upon a second watch, I saw it for the first time. It's confusing to me, but I did enjoy it. Second time watch it, I get what the people mean, where like you watch it maybe again, you kind of get it, understand a bit more, perhaps. But what really helps me understand the film is, what do you call, it's not just watching it, but listening to other people's analysis, their thoughts on it, because then they kind of explain, they catch things that I didn't catch, so on and so forth. Now, I watched one review where somebody talks about the film. They talk about the actor, and I agree with them with the statement they said, where it's, some people, they like to see a person of color in a prominent role in a film, but it's not made to be stated that way. Like, the main protagonist, he's not black because it has anything to do with the film, like anything to do with the character. He could have been white, he would have been the same character, basically. He just happens to be black rather than it be a focal point of his identity. And so I guess the film has no identity politics, and that's what's nice with this film. It's not, we're putting a person of color character for the sake of some sort of diversity pushing message type thing. Like, maybe they can do and it'd be the same way like with gender. Sometimes maybe a character is male or female in a film, and it almost feels as if, like sometimes in the film they would explicitly state that the reason they're a male or female is there's a reason for it, not that they happen to be the character. And that's what's kind of nice with this film, and I agree with it. Like, his character in the film, and it's just called the protagonist. We actually don't even get a name from him. I like that. He's just, like I said, he could have been white. He would have been the same character. So I like that act. I like when that person had to share with that. Another thing with the film is his loyalty. He tests, like, the guy wakes up. I didn't get this the first time. I don't even know I got it the second time, really. But the pill was fake. It was a fake cyanide pill, but it was true. It was correct when this person said about the analysis, right? Like, I think even the guy in the film says, right? Maybe even his character says it. It's like a loyalty test, basically. Like, the pill, it didn't kill you. I guess it incapacitated him. Made him seem like he was dead. But like the agent, they would know if he were to take it. He doesn't know this, but they would know if he takes it, okay, he's gonna die theoretically. Well, he doesn't die, and in that sense, it sort of becomes a sort of, becomes a loyalty medication. It becomes not medication, but it becomes a test of the person's loyalty. How willing are they to go? And apparently, he was willing to give his life to not rat out anyone, to not give out any secrets. Because it's him and this other colleague of his, they're getting beat up. And it's actually, like, one of the analysis people mentioned Russian. We're in Ukraine, but they're not Ukrainian mobsters. They said Russian mobsters. Maybe, I don't know. And that's a true statement from the film or so. Maybe that's what they said. Who knows? And I like Patterson's character. Robert Patterson's performance in this is really nice. I like this character a lot, Neil. His character, Neil. And someone, I read a comment. So, because basically Neil is aware of the time travel. I guess he's aware of the time travel elements, but our character, because this is his plan, but like Neil said, like, he finds out in the film, David, John David, he finds out that Neil knew like when he takes him out, he knew that was him, and that when we get to that second scene, that like he said, I can't tell you because maybe you do something different, maybe you alter it, so I can't tell you. I just have to let you feel the moment and you go through it. And but that was a cool observation in the film with like Neil or this person's comment about it which was like, because they're like best friends. They're like very, very good lifelong friends. That's the whole reason actually he's with him on this journey is due to that strong friendship that they have. but in this sense, he has to, I guess, become his friend again in a sense. So he doesn't know him basically, but he does know him. So he has to pretend that his best friend of many years, like, I don't know this guy, I just meeting him. I like when he kills the Indian lady. I like when, because the lady told him, and like when he tells her that, it's not her job to. And I don't even know why she wanted to kill Kat, but I guess because Kat would have known, maybe because the whole Tenet thing, because Kat, she doesn't know, but then she learns about it, and the more people know about it, the more, you don't want people to know about it, because of the time traveling, or time inversion type thing, and so you can't have people know about it, that this thing exists. And so Kat, so I guess this lady's like, because she knows, and she's like, we gotta kill him, or kill her, and what do you call, but David goes in the car and he's like, listen, I'm the protagonist, you know why? Because, it's just not your story, you're not the main person, I'm the main brain. He's actually the main brains of the operation. He realizes after the fact, which is it's kind of a funny conundrum, because he realizes, oh, this whole thing was orchestrated by me, but it's me in the future, so it's future me orchestrated all of this. It's interesting, the whole, how it works, and also like that Kat is Neil's mom, actually. That's Neil's mom. Neil's mom is Kat. And so that little boy that we see, because Kat's a tall woman, she's a really tall woman, but it makes sense. Mara Parent's like 6 something, so it feels fitting, like, oh yeah, of course, because the mom's pretty tall. Dad actually wasn't too tall, she was taller than him. It's but he's got the red hair, so it feels fitting. Like, have both, because he's got light hair himself, Robert Pattinson. So basically, the guy that they kill, oh my god, that's Neil's dad then, actually, because that little boy, that is Neil. That's Neil as a kid, and Kat's his mom. And so when they're going to save Kat, so like, then this is also a funny thing, Robert Pattinson's going back in time to save. I guess, yeah, he's going back trying to save his mom, basically, is it? Oh, it's interesting how this, you can't think too much about it, because then you start getting confused. Your mind gets wonky, but it's like, it's time inversion. They're time traveling. But they're not time traveling like Back to the Future time travel with a car and fire and smoke coming out the car and stuff. It's time travel with this theory, and it's funny, because and I watched another analysis video where the guy talks about the thing with time inversion is that it does exist, like, that a theory of it. I guess it's not a theory, it's a principle, and in practice it is like a true principle, I guess. Something like, there's something, because it does have, the fictional element will be like, it's actually implemented, that will be the fictional element, and there's also other things like, oh, the fire turns into ice and it's cold, and then you need to wear oxygen because you can't, well, they don't wear oxygen for the whole thing, but there are some instances where they wear oxygen, and I think it's because of that breathing part, but they don't wear it all the time. I'm not sure, maybe there's something that explains that, but what do you call, what was I thinking of in my head? Thinking of with the breathing apparatus, but I mean, I guess there's like, you have to watch this analysis videos, I guess, maybe if you want to kind of understand Tenet more. Maybe you watch this film and you understand it all the way, or so, I know when I watched it, I didn't understand it all the way, Tenet. So the analysis videos definitely helped me to understand it more. But the score is nice. The score is nice in the film. It's a Christopher Nolan film, so but also the weakness, I guess, will be like the music's really loud and then the talking's very low. This is a Christopher Nolan sort of classic mixing in his films, that the music is loud and the talking's like, what the fuck that guy just say? Like, I barely heard him. Which I guess maybe he likes a more natural approach to the speech, perhaps, or the music's just, I don't know. I like to think it's probably that. Like, there's just a lack of microphones for the people speaking, rather than the music is too loud. Although the music is really loud, so maybe it's a little bit of both. But, this film was nice. I liked it. I like this movie. Tenet. I'm sure there's probably more I can say, but I'm ready to get home. So I think I'm going to end this movie review. It's just a quick little kind of collecting thoughts on it. Tenet. I like the actress Cat too. I like how tall she is. And it makes me think like she got to be a model in real life, is it? And I like that David. He's like average height. And so when you see like him compared to her, like it's kind of cute the difference in height. That I think for me it's kind of cute, the difference in height they have, and it always seems like maybe there's like a little romance thing going on between them. How do you call and then he even says like, hey, if I go on this boat, like this guy, he's gonna think we're having an affair and stuff. And then she's like, well, I mean, it is what it is. I guess he's gotta think that. But no, it turns. I think I'm not sure why he needs to get close to Kat to get to him. But then in the process, he does grow a fondness for her. It's not maybe necessarily love fondness, but just like, I guess like a good friend. I don't know, because then subsequently he becomes friends with the son actually, and but then you look at their ages, because he's a kid there. And then I guess, well, see, that's the thing, because David's like he looks like his age, like 30-something-year-old man, and then Robert Pattinson, they look to be about the same age, but then that little boy is Robert Pattinson's character, but then so I don't know. And then you see Kat, she's also like everybody looks their age, like 30-something, But I liked it. Tenet.